Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Is the sound okay? Because I've been having problems with my microphone that it's over amplified. Does it sound okay, or is the amplification crazy? Yep, it's good. It's not over amplified. That's a thumbs up. All good. Great, great, great. I think it's my movie making software that is screwing up the mix on the microphone. Well, hello everybody. I'm a little bit early, so I haven't actually started imaging yet. Let me take a look outside really quick. It's a little too early to start. I'll start in about 15 minutes. Sound is good? Excellent. But I wanted to show you what I captured last night. I'll wait for a few more people to join. I think last night was the first night I imaged all month. Even though I've been putting out new images, I was saving that data for a rainy day. I captured that data last month. But with all the bad weather we've been having, it was a good time to start processing. Hello, everybody. Let me show you. Did you guys see my latest picture that I finished? I thought it came out... I almost gave up on it, but it actually came out better than I thought. I like the colors on that last one. That's the core of the Heart Nebula. Bermuda, New York, Toronto, all over the place. Awesome. That's the latest one I processed. And this data was captured while the moon was full in September. But since it was been cloudy all this month, I finally had time to process it. Thank you. So we're going to get started in about 10 minutes. There's a plane. I'm starting to see more planes. More people are flying now. Sydney, Australia. Hello. Okay, my mounts aren't active at the moment. I'm still waiting. I have so many open projects that I'm capturing now. It's kind of hard to keep track of what the heck is going on. Because last night I was imaging 3 different projects with the RASA and 2 different projects with the Explorer Scientific Scope. It's just crazy when you have so much stuff going on. Hi everybody, thanks for joining. I'm about to get started. I haven't started my rigs up yet, but they are ready to go. Everything's turned on, everything is connected. So I shouldn't have any issues. You know, famous last words, right? And I'm already polar aligned because I was imaging last night and I left my scopes out, so everything is already lined up. Argentina. Hello. And let me show you guys, we got 100 people here already, but let me show you what I was doing last night here. Okay, so this is data I captured on the RASA last night. This is HA data, so I got a long way to go before I'm done with it. And this is NGC 7822 down here, and some extra nebulosity up here. And I always thought this kind of looks like an alien with the kind of the nose. When I'm done, it'll really look like one with the nose and mouth down here, and you got the brow and the eye socket. Can you kind of see that? I think that the writing is in the way. Here, let me put it over here. So that's one of the projects I worked on. I captured all this data last night. It's about 4.5 hours of data. So that's going to look pretty cool when I finish capturing all the data. Ohio. We got Fenton, lots of people, cool. And let me show you what else I captured last night. And that was about 4.5 hours. And this is about 90 minutes on the horse head with HA. How does that look? Now, this is no calibration frames, no flats yet, no darks or bias. So you can see I got a couple of donuts going on here. I just captured flats about a half hour ago. So I did some sky flat. They're not incorporated yet, but this is going to look cool when I'm done with it. I love the horse head. It's one of my favorite objects. It's such a cool object, isn't it? So that was about 90 minutes of data from last night. Chuck, 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 chuck. Yeah, it's going to look cool. Let me see if it's dark enough to... Let me look out the window if it's dark enough to get started tonight. No. It's still twilight. The sun set at around 6:49. The sun only set about a half an hour ago. So I'm a bit early today. Yeah, this is gonna. And the thing is, from a few weeks ago, I have broadband data on the horse at about 49 minutes, and I was thinking, should I merge that 49 minutes of color data with the HA data, or do I need more than 49 minutes of color data? I'm not sure. I haven't stacked it yet to see how it looks, so that'll be interesting. Thank you. I'm not even sure how I'm supposed to combine HA with broadband. I haven't done that in so long, and I used an old script before, and I don't know if that's the best way to do it. Hello, France. So this is what I was working on last night. Yeah. And that's the latest when I process. If you're just joining us, the core, the heart of the heart. I submitted it for APOD, but I haven't been hearing back from APOD guys lately, so I'm in a slump. Hello. Thanks for joining, everyone. I'm almost ready to get started with my two telescopes here. Let's see. You can see it's starting to get dark. It's not quite dark enough. Thank you. It's been a long time since I did a live stream, so I thought, why don't I do one tonight? And I've been thinking about adding, I don't know, they'll probably hate this, but if I was thinking about, I've seen other YouTube channels where they have a join button for like $4.99 a month, and I've been thinking about that. And if I did that, then maybe I would live stream every single session. I don't to be a little extra, but then I don't want to leave out people, so that bothers me, So I don't know. It's hard. I hate leaving out people if I have a join button. You would definitely join. I should. And then I would just make it a point to just live stream everything. Maybe an hour every time I'm out. Live stream for at least an hour or so. And everybody see what I'm up to. Yeah. But like I said, it's difficult because then you got the people who can't see it. And that bothers me. Live streaming every night for free, that would be a little bit too much work. And I wouldn't be motivated enough to do it every single night. That's why I was thinking maybe if people were paying for that. Who knows? That's just a thought. Scopes are starting to be in stock, huh? Yeah. I know I made a video that I couldn't find a scope, and someone from Explorer Scientific, hey man, we can check this out for you and take a look, but I don't want any favors. No, I don't really. I'll wait in line like anybody else. Should I get started now? Should I start up one of the scopes at least? It's looking pretty dark. I wonder if I can get started now. At least I'll start up the Explorer Scientific. Oh, it's not even plugged in. Oh, hang on here. Get paid for what you do. You know what? I've I've refused to make money in this hobby, but I've been starting to think about it more and more. So who knows? $4.99 isn't a lot to ask, but it's still. I've been thinking about it and thinking about it, and I still haven't done it. I can't do it. I can't ask people for money. That bothers me. Okay, I'm going to start up one of my scopes right now. Let's just make sure that's all set. The Cat Nebula? What's the Cat Nebula? The Cat's Eye Nebula? Hey, Johnny Be Good. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm on the board. Johnny, you put me on the board. Let's see. I like, there's my chat revenue is 3, I always like to check that out. It's now 350. Thank you very much. All right, let's open up Sequence Generator Pro here. We're going to get one of my scopes started right now. I am already polar aligned because I was imaging last night, and I didn't put my scopes inside, so they are all set up. Okay. And I'm going to start with the cave. Diego, $3. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You know, thank you guys. I am now up to 572. Woohoo! Thank you very much. All right. Diego and Johnny Be Good. All right, so let's see. I'm going to start off with the cave. What I do is I'm dividing the night between the cave nebula. Let's see, the cave. I finished. See, I finished oxygen on the cave with about 7 hours of data. I got about 8 or 9 hours of data in HA, and now I'm almost. All I got to do is finish up sulfur. So I'll probably capture at least 3 hours worth, and then the second half of the night I move on to the flaming star. So I'm going to set this at least for, we'll go 60 frames. Turn on my autofocus and keep my fingers crossed that everything is going to work here. Let's see. Another donation. You guys are awesome. Heckler. Thank you, Heckler. You guys have brought me up to $10.11. And Ray has just joined in with the $1.99, and Greg Meyer $3. I'm up to $12.12 in chat revenue. You guys rule. Wow, what a great crowd. Yeah, I'll put that towards that new telescope I want to buy. So, and Jason just donated $2. I can't keep up with this. Any thoughts on the Orion XT? Can anyone else answer that? I've never used that scope before. Thank you, Jason. And that puts me up to 1410. All right, now I got to get started. Let's hit run and keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to say yes. Now let's go to the this Explorer Scientific should be moving, which it is. Okay. Another donation. Krellin, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Much appreciated. And that brings me up to $20.27. You guys rule. All right, so it looks like the Explorer Scientific is in position now. Now it's going to go into the autofocus routine. And let's hope the focus is close enough so that the autofocus doesn't spew out. Okay, that looks like it's close enough. Your focus doesn't have to be perfect, but the autofocus, it should at least be close enough so that the autofocus doesn't get confused. Okay, so while the autofocus is going on that, let's start up my other rig. My Explorer Scientific. I mean, my Celestron RASA is still in the home position, so I'm going to start that one up now. And keep my... Okay, so... now, these two are the ones I was doing yesterday. I call it the alien because it looks like an alien head and the horse head. But now I want to start capturing some lion data. All right. And before I do that, I want to check the focus. So let's make sure the focus looks good. I do the focus manually on this scope. That focus does not look good at all. 1.8, 1.7? What the heck? That's interesting, but it should be way better than that. So I'm going to manually fix that. I haven't found good settings for autofocus. Let's see, connect. All right. So I'm gonna go down. Clark B, another donation. You guys rule. I'm up to 25, 26 in chat revenue. Buying you coffee or a beer. Thank you, Clark. You guys rule. I do appreciate that. Okay, now let's move this scope. Let's move the focus out because I think this number could be around 1.0 or something. That HFR, the lower the better. Sometimes. I was having a problem with focus last night with this scope. So 139. That might be as good as I can get it for now. Yeah, it's going back up now. Hang on. Let's get it. Oh, now it's really going up. I shouldn't have messed with it. It was probably already as low as I could get it at that point. Astro Bob, $3. You rule. Thank you very much. And I am up to $28.26 in chat revenue. You guys are awesome. Okay, so this is the plate solving, and it looks like it's succeeding. So I'm going to be imaging the Cave Nebula pretty soon. But I think I'm going to go with this focus for now. Let's stop that. Okay, so the lion... I'm always thinking I forgot something, but I'm going to start capturing. Let's hit resume. Wait. Oh, I didn't... I got to get this thing unpark. I got to unpark my mount. I forgot. Okay, now the mount is unparked. All right. So let's see. Okay, there goes my RASA telescope. Okay. Now, all right. Looks like auto guiding is starting on this one. So the first scope should start imaging pretty soon. It says running the auto guider, setting the filter. All right. Scope number 1 is imaging. All right. Support for new scope. Thank you. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. $10 from Rue. I hope I said that name. I hope I said it right. Rue. Rui. Thank you very much. $37.39. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. So, okay. So, scope number 1, the Explorer Scientific, is running. And the RASA 2, let's see. It's plate solving right now, trying to find the, is it finding it? Auto guider resume, wait. Auto guider failed. Why? See, you never know what's gonna, why did it fail? Is it not connected? All right, give me a moment here, guys. I will, looks like it's frozen. closed. You know what? I forgot to start it up beforehand. I should have started it up beforehand. Task manager. Let's end. Wait. Task manager. Let's end this. Okay. Forget that. Let's start it up manually. Let's pick the... No. Okay. All right. You know what? I thought I was connected before. Let me recenter. Let me recenter this. Center. Center now. Was there an error? Yeah, we'll close the dial. Okay. Go. A center failed. Slew to is not permitted while the mount... What, did the mount park itself again? Let me take a look. G notes. Thanks for helping to spark... Oh. I'm learning and being refreshed by your content. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. 4239. Thank you, G notes. I do appreciate that. You know, because my sequence failed, I think that, yeah, my mount went back to the home position. That's why I always have to... I should turn it off, the auto park, until I make sure everything is working. So let's center this now. Center. Okay. Oh, oops. Okay, unpark. We're going again. All right. Let's do this again. All right. JB Observatory. Oh, thanks for keeping it fun. No, you guys are keeping it fun for me. Although I feel a little bit of... Did you see that? Did you see that right there? I saw a cat walking by. You guys are keeping it fun for me. I saw a cat. That black cat is hanging around my backyard, and now I don't see the rabbit anymore. I'm up to 4739. You guys rule. Thank you. Okay. So I'm centering on my target. I'm still trying to get the RASA going. The Explorer Scientific Scope is going just fine. Now I just got to get the RASA up and running. Done? Okay. Let's see if I can get auto guiding working. Pick that star. Now let's hit resume. I hope it doesn't go into another plate solve. Check in auto guider status. Once you get both scopes running, it's always a little... It's a lot of pressure trying to get two scopes up and running, to try and keep track of everything that's going on. I'm missing a lot of comments, I know. Okay, it's checking auto guider status. What is that, a plane? Come on. Why is it just sitting on checking auto guider status? I've been having a lot of issues lately with the... Could not talk to auto guider. Why? Why? Let's try that again. Resume. Checking auto guider status. If this fails again, I might just reboot my computer. It's just not acting... It's just not playing nice right now. There's always something going wrong. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna. Let's abort this. I'm just gonna unplug the USB and plug it back in. Let's get out of this. Let's get out of that. Now I'm gonna unplug the USB. I got the laptop that it runs off of right next to me. Okay. Maybe this will help. Connect all. Oh, wait. No. I didn't want to do that. I don't know what it connected to. Make sure it connected to the right camera. Okay, let's see. Connect. Okay, that's right. So connect all. Okay, the mount is already, hopefully the mount is still pointing at the same position. Get that going. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of comments. I'm trying to get this thing up and running. I've got one scope running. The Explorer Scientific is imaging. All is fine there, and I'm trying to get this RASA going now. Okay, so let's see. ASI 1600. It's got to be 75. 15. Okay. Da-da-da-da. Run. Using it requires a telescope. What is it saying that for? It has a telescope. I'm going to park it, and then I'll unpark it. God dang it. Sorry about that. At least I got one scope running while I try and debug this one. Let's see if it went back to the home position again. Okay, now it's back in the home position. Okay, unpark. Okay, run. Oh, now it likes it. Whatever. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, there goes the mount again. Going into position. Fun stuff, everybody, right? That's Jupiter, by the way. If you see that dot right there, it just got covered. Okay, so it looks like the mount is pointing in the right spot. Okay. Set HA filter. It's already on the HA filter. It's saying set HA filter, and it's not giving me a dialog to set the HA filter. You know what? I've had it with this computer. I'm just going to reboot it. I'm tired of these issues. When all else fails, reboot. But let me park the mount first. Park it. This second setup is a comedy of errors right now. All right. I'm going to reboot the computer. Restart. Restart it. And I'm going to unplug the USB. So while that's going, how's everyone doing tonight? Don't you love it when there's issues? The good thing is when I have at least one scope working, it's not a total waste. So that one, yeah, I got this right. Hello to the 160 people watching. There's Jupiter, by the way, on my surveillance. And that's what I captured last night if you're just joining us, the horse head. And that was 90 minutes of data, and this is about four and a half hours of data, NGC 7822. Okay, let's reconnect to my laptop. We get a fresh start. And hopefully a fresh start, everything will be smooth. All right. So the first thing, let me plug in the USB again. The laptop is right next to me. I run the first scope off of my desktop to the left of me, and I run the RASA off of my laptop to the right of me. All right, I'm going to open up PhD2 first. You know what's a problem is when you have the same brand of camera for the guide scope and the imaging. I mean for for the for the guide camera and for the imaging camera, and it confuses Sequence Generator Pro. Let's unpark. Okay. Now let's open up Sequence Generator Pro. The ghost messing with me. Right. Right. Okay. So let's open up. Okay. That's the default. I'm going to be imaging at 75, 15. Okay. Perfect. That. Okay. This is all you need to do. Now run this. Let's run this bad boy and get this sucker going. Okay, here goes the telescope again. There's nothing else I need to do here. This is all you need to do to get this working. So if it doesn't want to work, you know, there's no other steps to do this. Come on now. Okay, there's the HA. That's what it wasn't coming up before. Okay. Now let's do this. You can't. See, this is what it's like when you run two scopes. Fun stuff, huh? Okay, it's looking for the object. This should turn green when it finds something. Okay, that's good. Hello to the 171 people working. We've got one telescope working, and now we're trying to get the other one working. The Celestron RASA telescope is not cooperating, and I am trying to get this working. It failed before because Sequence Generator Pro and PhD2 did not want to talk to each other. So I'm hoping if they don't talk to each other now, there's just nothing I can do. I don't know what to do to get them to talk to each other. I didn't have this issue last night. So please, please, please work so we can move on. Get on with our lives. Okay, so PhD2 should find a guide star right now. Okay, and I got the multi-star guide thing going on. Okay, so resuming the auto guider. So Sequence Generator Pro should be able to continue. It says resuming auto guider. The auto guider just started. We know it did. I'll give it 2 minutes before I throw this computer out the window. La-ti-ta-ti-ta. It still says resuming auto guider. I don't know why. Come on! You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pause it. Sometimes if you pause it and restart it, it gets going again. It should have done it by now. It should have figured out. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I didn't have to do nothing. Integrating. Thank you very much. Hooray! Both scopes are now imaging. Well, you guys got to see on a live stream what the heck I have to deal with sometimes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. And this is the first scope that seems to be running smoothly. The Explorer Scientific setup did not give me any problems. And I'm capturing sulfur with this one, but let me show you. This is the Cave Nebula, but let me show you what HA looks like. The HA was a lot stronger. The cave on the HA. That's what the HA looks like right there. It's upside down, but I captured quite a few hours on HA for the Cave Nebula. That was my clock. All right, so let me see. Let me see the. Where am I? I don't know where I am right now. Oh, okay. So I'm still waiting for my first image to come through. Now I was having a problem. This is just a plate solving data. I was having a problem with focus last night, and I'm wondering if I hurt the corrector plate on the RASA, because when the moon is gone, I switch out and I put in my color camera, and when the moon comes back, I switch to a mono, and all that camera switching, I was losing my focus last night for the very first time, and I wonder if I'm starting to wear down my RASA with all this camera switching I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know. I see you're using multi-star guiding. Do you think it helps? I don't know. My guiding seems pretty good. People hate it that I put my graph on the maximum. But if I'm at 0.67, that's actually pretty good guiding. Okay, here comes the first image. Let's see how it looks. Downloading. Okay, so there's the lion. This is a 3-minute exposure with HA. And let's see the stars. Stars look pretty pinpoint, don't they? I think this data looks really good right now. But what I noticed last night, after about a half an hour or so, the stars started becoming elongated, even though the guiding didn't change. And I'm wondering if the mirror or something was happening with my RASA telescope. Something was shifting, so I'm going to have to keep my eye on this. And if you guys are just joining, I want to show that everybody, I know a lot of you have already seen this. I want to show you guys what I was doing last night. This is the Horsehead Nebula that I captured. I started imaging it around 4:30 a.m. last night, and oh, my nose is stuffed up, but that's what the Horsehead is. Oops, where is it going? Come back. So this is about 90 minutes of data I got on the Horsehead from last night, and it looks pretty dang good. I stacked it, did a little processing on it. You know, I didn't sharpen it or anything. This is unsharpened, but I think that came out really good. And look at this bright star. Everybody hates this star, but HA really didn't produce much of a halo, so that's looking pretty good for the... I think that's looking great so far. I'm really happy with how that came out. And this is the latest project I captured, if you haven't seen that yet. Oh, and you guys know how much I complain about my neighbor's backyard lights. And we have a new neighbor next door, and look at, somebody sabotaged their backyard light. That's good for me, but I'm not the guilty one. I don't know who would have done it, but it wasn't me. But I'm actually glad to see all of a sudden that light is broken. How you like that? So thumbs up to whoever broke that light. And it wasn't me. That's the first time I applaud vandalism. Maybe it was the new owner. They screwed something up. Who knows? It definitely wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. I thought I'd take a picture of that and share it with you guys. And there's no bulb in there, I don't think, either. So that's good. So hopefully the new neighbors... I don't really talk to them. Hopefully the new neighbors aren't the kind of neighbors that put in lights, that like to use a backyard light. But get this though. You know, the next door neighbor on the other side, they have a pit bull. His name is Kane. I think you've probably seen him in my previous videos. The new neighbors have a smaller pit bull, and it's a female. And Kane is going crazy. He's barking and barking, and if I was that female pit bull, I'd be worried, because Kane next door is freaking huge. He's a freaking monster. He's kind of scary. I hope he never gets out because I know where he's headed. Yeah, my other neighbor has a green light. It sucks. Right? Could it be a video on me destroying the camera? Right. They'll, you're right. I gamble when I show the next door neighbor's light, assuming they don't know who I am and they don't know I'm live on YouTube, because then that would be embarrassing if they see me celebrating that their light is broken. I got to keep an eye on this because I'm still worried that I'm going to lose focus, or the stars are going to become elongated on this RASA telescope, because that's what happened yesterday. I don't know. So that was a relief. I finally got both scopes working. This one's capturing the lion, and this one's capturing the cave for now. But in the second half of the night, this is going to go back to the Horsehead Nebula, because I don't think 90 minutes is enough on the Horsehead in HA. I think I want to capture another 90 minutes on it. So the last 90 minutes of the night, I'm going back to this target. And that's the flame right here. And the fact that I'm doing the cave, I think I'm going to do 3 or 4 hours on the cave, and then I'm going to switch to the Flaming Star Nebula. And let me show you the Flaming Star, what I've been doing with that one. If I can find it here. HA, let's see one of my... This is what the Flaming Star looks. That's just a single 4-minute exposure. And how much data do I have on that one? Let's see. I have 130 exposures. So how much data is that? 130 times 4 minutes divided by 60. That's about 8.5 hours. 8.5 hours. This is 4 minutes, and imagine what 8.5 hours is going to look like. I can't believe this. We've been streaming and it's only 8 o'clock here. It's just getting dark so much earlier now. No, I didn't see the aura. I don't have a view of that from where I live. I wish. 4 or 5 second exposure challenge to prove you don't need a special mount. Yes. Oh, yeah, I used the ASI 1600. Hey, you're right. Where's the lensing effect on that star? There should be lensing issues, right? I know what you're talking about. I've seen that before with the 1600. Maybe if I capture even more data, I'll start seeing that. But yeah, there's no lensing effect. That's bizarre. Maybe it has something to do with using a RASA instead of a refractor? I wonder. All right, I'm going to keep checking those stars. You can see right there, they're starting to get elongated. This is what was happening to me yesterday. You know what? I see that. You see that? You can definitely, do you see that? They're getting elongated. It's like the more it points upward, and so you know what I'm going to do? I know it's going to keep getting worse. So let me see if the focus can change that right now before it gets too bad. I'm going to abort this, and I'm going to go extreme on the focus. Okay, so let's call. And the stars. Yeah, I knew I was going to see this problem again. What is this thing? No. Oh, I gotta... Now, you know what fixed it yesterday was, well, that might have been a different issue. Hang on here. Let me pull out my Celestron focuser. Okay, let's pull out... Okay. Oh, start. Hang on. I know I'm missing some comments here. I'm going to move way out. No. I'm going to move way out. And really screw up the focus. And I think by shifting the mirror that much, it might solve this problem. I never had this issue before. And I think maybe I've caused some damage because I keep swapping the cameras in and out. You can see how bad the stars look now. Okay, now let's come back. I don't know if it'll fix this. It fixed a different problem for me yesterday, but taking the focus way out and bringing it back made it all good. And it stayed good. Okay, I'm coming back into focus. You can see the stars getting smaller and smaller. See, I got to nip this in the bud because last night I lost about a half hour of data because I wasn't sure what to do. I mean, the guiding wasn't bad. The guiding didn't change. So why did the stars all of a sudden get elongated? So something with the telescope is screwing me up. And I don't know if it's the corrector plate is moving or the mirror is moving. I'm still getting more pinpoint. Okay. Sorry, I'm missing some comments here. I'm just not used to these kind of issues with the RASA. And, you know, I have a direct line of support with Celestron. Maybe I should ask them about it. Okay, if things are looking more pinpoint, let's go a little more. Okay. All right, stop. Let's see if that fixed it. Now, we saw my last image, right? You can see how the stars started getting elongated. So let's see if that little taking the mirror way out of focus and then bringing it back in solves the problem. Collimation at high altitude? Yeah. It's gotten colder out. Oh, that's true. It has gotten colder out. That does affect focus too. DSLR. I used to use a DSLR. So I'm doing a 3-minute exposure. We'll see if this solves the problem. Solves the problem. Hello, 196 people watching. Thank you very much. And if you're just joining us, I want to show you, this was one of my favorite targets. I love looking at this. And this is what I was capturing late in the early morning hours for about 90 minutes, the horsehead. That's one of my favorite targets. I love capturing the horsehead. And if you probably already see, I posted this all over the internet. I never made a video for it, but that's my most recent capture. And let me check my... let's check the Cave Nebula. There's not much to see for sulfur. That's a 4-minute exposure on sulfur. And I'm not going to be doing a meridian flip for another 2 hours and 41 minutes on that. So this one is, everything's running smoothly on the Explorer Scientific scope. I'm about midway through this exposure. And let me show you one thing though. What I do for this Explorer Scientific. So I've got the Cave Nebula going here. And what I do is I'm probably going to end this at, let's see, maybe I'll end it at 1 or 2 a.m. I'll think about that. And once that ends at 1 or 2 a.m., then it will switch and start on the Flaming Star Nebula. And I've got this set to stop at about 6:53 a.m. And then the mount will automatically park. Okay. We're almost done with this next exposure. I'm hoping that fixes it. But I lost about it. Like I said, I lost a half hour of data. And I don't know, is the mount, is it because the mirror shift, because it's just pointing directly up? Or the corrector plate? Something happens. But by taking the focus all the way out and bringing it back in, maybe that fixed it. I'm hoping. I'm praying right now. Otherwise, I can't keep this data. Please. No. Why? Does anybody have any? Why does this keep happening? Does anyone have any idea? I can't use this data. What is going on? So change, whacking the, and the guiding, the guiding hasn't changed. It's not a guiding issue. Slippage on the mount. But it's not polar alignment because the first few images were fine, right? Let's see let's see. This is from a few images ago, and that wasn't that bad. But this data just, and you can see how it's getting worse from here to here to here to here. The higher that goes, the worse your focus is. The stars are getting elongated. And this is what happened to me last night. It wasn't until I did a meridian flip that it started getting better. I don't know. I don't think it's wind. It's just too much of a coincidence that it's happening exactly like it did. Lack of grease. Check the clutches. I was told that the RASA, I've never had a mirror flop issue with the RASA until last night. It doesn't need. I've been using it for almost 2 years. Something is. It's going to be even worse. You know what? Let's. You know what? I went the last night. Well, let's go take the focus out in the other direction. Let's just move the mirror in the other direction. Maybe that will do something. Actually, last night I was going this way. I was going out instead of in. Maybe that will make a difference. Cable snag? But if it was cable snag, wouldn't my guiding be going nuts? Guiding is still 0.86. It hasn't changed. That's actually pretty good guiding. Let's see. Okay. Let's start bringing the focus back in again. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. Huh. I may just give up on this target. I don't know. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. I went too far. Oh, wait. Okay, let's slowly bring it back in now. I think I've done something. I think I have screwed up the collimation or something from swapping the cameras. I've done it probably one too many times. Now I'm wishing I hadn't. I wish I would just use one camera now. Focus is getting better, getting better, getting better. All right. I mean, there's no elongation there, but the longer it goes, 3 second is those 3 second exposures don't show elongation, but 3 minute exposures show the elongation. I'm capturing my next sub. We'll see. Vibration of some kind? Right, but I didn't sabotage the light. It's fun just watching me focus. Vibration. But vibration from what? What I mean, my only option, I think, is to take apart the imaging train and inspect it. But I don't want to do that when it's dark outside. I mean, at some point, it did get better last night. I mean, even though I saw this issue last night, I did manage to get good stars on the horse head and good stars on this object. I threw away some data that were elongated, but eventually it does come back. There's no wind tonight. Maybe the camera is not tight. I checked the camera before I started today. The camera was tight. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Let's go back. I'm scared to look. So I'm still waiting for the next picture to come through. But I know it's going to be elongated. I don't know what to do. I did have better luck when I was imaging on the other side of the meridian, though. How do you like that? Hey, thank you, Trev. I appreciate that. Trev comes through and takes me up to $50.38 for chat revenue. Awesome. Thanks for getting me over that hump, Trev. Is there a problem with the mount pointing straight up with the focus? Cable snag? But if it was cable snag, wouldn't you see that in the guiding? I'm still at 0.97. I mean, my guiding has to be horrific to get that kind of elongation. And it's not horrific. Downloading. Oh my God! It's even worse. There is definitely something effed up right now with this. And I had to wait until I was pointing the other side of meridian. See that? You can just tell. That you don't even have to be zoomed in to see how bad that is. Look at the HFR now. 3.52. But it's polar aligned. If it wasn't polar aligned, then you can see how it just from 195 to 204 to 220, 233, it's just getting worse. If it was bad, it wouldn't have started off good if it wasn't polar aligned. Yeah, very weird. Very weird. Hermie Daddy. $2 from Hermie Daddy. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll have to, you guys help me, $52. Thank you very much. But I can't keep this data right now. Help! So you can see the nebula, but you can, I'm sorry, we got 190 people watching me have some focus issues on one of my scopes. The other system is working just fine. But you know what? Since I've got this on a live stream, I'm going to send this live stream to Celestron tomorrow, and maybe they can help diagnose what the issue is. That's one good thing. I have a direct line with Celestron, so that's good. I got a hotline, the red phone. I got my own support guy. I just hope they still works there. I haven't talked to him in a while. Alexa, what's the temperature? 58 degrees outside. So I don't know. I got a problem on one of my scopes, and I hate to... Am I going to just lose? I got an hour and a half before the meridian. It's like, it's as if when the scope is pointing, the higher it goes to the meridian to point straight upward, the worse it seems to get. I tell you what, let's point at a different object. Let me point somewhere else. You know what? Let's stop the guiding. And let's point somewhere else that's not near the meridian. Okay, let's find an object. Let's find a different target. And if that is not elongated, then that tells me something. That when I'm pointing straight up. So let's see. What is not pointing straight up? What is that? Now let's go to the north here. Not that. The Heart Nebula. Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 35 degrees. Okay, let's point to the Heart Nebula. Let's just take a look. All right, we're going to point low. We're going to point to a different object. 1805. That's good. That's something I can tell Celestron. When I was pointing low, no problem. When I was pointing straight up, problem. I hope. Come on. That's fine. I'm searching for the Heart Nebula right now. This is the framing mosaic wizard. Okay. It doesn't matter. I've already actually captured this. It's my next object I want to process. Okay, create. We'll call it heart. Heart. All right. All right. Now, let's see. Oh, it's already at 7515 in the default settings. HA. 18. That's capture 10. Okay, we're going to point to the heart, which is a very low target. It's going into plate solving. Let's see. Okay. The scope is on the move. It's going to be pointing a lot lower now. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of comments here. Look at the counterweight. Yeah, I saw that, but wouldn't that show up in the guiding that the guiding was screwed up? You think it could be the counterweight shaft? Causing a bend? You think so? That's interesting. Let's see. Where am I here? Okay. It's finding the Heart Nebula. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I always get these lines in the plate solving. That's not the same issue. So if you're just joining us, we're trying to resolve a focus issue with my, or not an elongation issue with my stars. When the scope points straight up, it seems like the stars, well, they obviously become very elongated. So now I'm going to point low and see if I see the same problem there. Okay, so now it's resuming the auto guider. Find a star. Okay, found a star. You can even see the heart show up just in the plate solving. Okay, it says resuming auto guider. Oops. It seems to take a while when it says resuming auto guider. WI Stratliner. I know. Thank you very much. I can't believe you just. I wish I could say your name right. I can't believe you just gave me a $20 donation. Let's check the total, guys. You know I like to see the running total here. $72 in chat revenue today. Thank you very much. It might pay for the shipping if I have to send this scope back. It still says, I can't believe you gave me $20. I appreciate that. You know what? Let's pause this and restart it and see if... sometimes this helps. When the resuming takes too long. Resume. Checking auto guider status. Oh, now it's doing this again. It's plate solving again. God dang it. We'll get through this. We're going to capture the heart. We'll get through this, man. We'll get through it together. Thank you very much for that $20. I can't believe that was very generous of you. I'm sweating. Okay, it says resuming. I'm just going to let it sit on resuming. It'll pick up. And we're going to see if pointing low fixes the elongation that I see in the stars. But this is good because I've got it all on video now. We're just going to wait this out. I know it'll start in a second when it sometimes resuming, it takes a minute, or sometimes it takes 2 or 3 minutes. There it goes. It says integrating. Okay, this is going to be interesting. If I don't see the problem here, I got something to hang my hat on and say, Celestron, what happened? And Celestron say, well, you screwed it up, Chuck. You screwed the camera on too tight. Maybe that's it, because I do make it kind of tight, even though they tell me not to. Oh, look at for each axis. Okay, well, right now one is 0.52 and the other is 0.64. I don't know what they were before that. I'll go back to that object after this. I'm really confident it's not going to be, they're not going to be elongated. Okay, we're halfway through the first exposure. Yeah, the moon is so bright. Backlash in the mount. Very satisfying, even when I'm having issues. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so we got about 90 seconds before the data comes back on the Heart Nebula. The big reveal. I recalibrated PhD 2 yesterday. No backlash. Something is slipping. Okay. Backlash would show up in the guiding. Okay. And I haven't seen any bumps. When guiding is bad, it's really bad. And even though, I mean, you would see it. Okay. Almost there. You can see the status bar. But the RASA is not supposed to have mirror flop. This is really disappointing. This is the first time I've ever had this issue, last night and tonight. And last night I swapped in a new camera, so that's what makes me think. Oh, look at that. Those are elongated too. Those are elongated, and the numbers are identical. RA 0.64 and the deck 0.63, so that's not it. Oh, jeez. And are they elongated across the board? They're all going in the same direction? Wow. Look at that. You can see the Heart Nebula, though. Kind of cool, isn't it? It's not windy outside. Exoplanet. I wish I could. I just want to freaking solve this issue. Now, I'm going to wait one more exposure. No, you know what? I'm going to pause this. Now, when I wasn't pointing near the horizon, let me just try and focus. I'm going to do this again. Let's screw up the focus. Okay, now let's bring it back again. Astronate, $2. Run PH Guiding Assistant. Pompey Monkey. Wow. $2 and $5. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate that. And I got to go back. You guys are $81.24 in chat revenue today. You guys rock. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. I don't think it's polar alignment because the first few frames I captured tonight were fine. Okay, I'm gonna capture one more image of the heart. Let's see if that did anything now. Stop. Okay. Resume. Thank you guys for those recent donations. I do appreciate that. Well, I'm glad I got this on video. Although Celestron will say, Chuck, you got to wrap this up. We can't just sit here and watch a freaking video. Your RA is point... Could be the full moon? See, I don't think it's polar alignment because the first few... Why would the first image I captured, the first couple images I captured were fine? They were not elongated. What is your guide scope? I'm using a ZWO guide scope, but I never had an issue with it before. There's the guiding. Although I got some big dips right there. What the heck is that? Oh, they're huge. Illumination problem? One guiding assistant and PhD 2? But why? Guiding has been way worse than this before, and I've had round stars. It was never... I just don't think it's the guiding. I've had windy nights and I've never seen stars like that. Well, let's just see what this latest... Let's see what this new image is going to look like now that I refocused it again. I took the mirror way out of focus and put it back in focus. It's almost done here. You can see the status bar there. And if you're just joining us, I'm having problem on the RASA. The RASA is giving me elongated stars when the stars should be round and pinpoint. I can't believe I'm having this issue for so long. Last night it did correct itself, but the mirror, when I guiding, it was much better when the scope was pointing on the other side of the meridian. So maybe there is something with the way the scope is positioned, the mirror, something has... Okay, it's downloading. It looks a little better, doesn't it? Let's compare it with the previous one. Wait. Not that. Okay, so wait, oops. 100%. That was the first image. And this is the second one. So this time maybe the mirror, taking the mirror way out of focus and bringing it back, did something. This time, it fixed it yesterday, but it doesn't seem to fix it when the mirror is pointing straight up. Is that weird? This is acceptable right here, I think. I think these are stars I could work with. These are not stars I can work with. something shift with the camera and causing it maybe. Yeah. I wonder. Should I go outside and just check the camera and the filter? Take the filter out, plop it back in? It must be flexure issue somewhere. Yeah, flexure. But what? I'm going to wait for one more image to come through. Maybe camera tilt. That's what I'm. Well, the thing is, I keep saying when I swapped in the camera, maybe I made it too tight. Maybe I loosened the corrector plate. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. I'll go out and check. I'll go out and check after this. I want to see this next frame. It's almost done again. Here's the. I want to see what the next one looks like. Check polar alignment. I can't check polar alignment when I'm out there. I hope it's polar aligned. I'm not going to redo polar alignment now. Screw that, man. I polar aligned it. It was fine yesterday for polar alignment. But if it was polar alignment, then the issue wouldn't have corrected itself just now, right? I mean, it wouldn't have just improved from look how bad that is. It can't be polar alignment because this would have been bad too. So the number 3 is coming up. Let's see. Number 3 looks even better. See how it's great. This is excellent data right now. Isn't that bizarre? Okay, let's go back to the other target. To my first target. Okay? And let's see the stars on the lion. Okay. So now, okay, we're going to the new target, and where the mount is going to be pointing a lot higher in the sky. Earthquake. RASA does have to be collimated, but if it's a collimation issue, why would it be good pointing at one location and not good pointing at another location? I don't think that's a collimation issue. If it wasn't collimated, wouldn't it be bad in all locations? No? I've never collimated the RASA before. Okay, so now that we're pointing back at the other target. Okay, I'm capturing the first sub. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't believe this. I didn't expect that I was going to have a live stream and all of a sudden I'm just messing with one of my scopes because it ain't working right. I didn't mean for this to happen to my live stream. On the bright side, one scope is running just fine. What a crazy live stream. Chuck's Problems. Tune in for Chuck's Problems. Ay, ay, ay. All right. This is going to be interesting. It's mirror shift if it only does it during the first exposure after. Yeah, Chuck's Problems. I should retitle this live stream. Chuck has issues. Yeah. I'm just wondering how I'm going to sum all this up for Celestron. I just hope my contacts are still there. I had a direct connection with the chief operating officer. I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah, it's good to see problems. It's good to see if there's a problem and then you can solve it. It's not good if Chuck slowly. Right. Chuck has issues, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe I loosen the corrector plate by constantly switching cameras when the moon is out and I made it too tight. I'm wondering if I screwed up the corrector plate. If that's the case, maybe I do have to collimate it. I don't think it's the mount because the guiding seems fine. 0.57 is some of the best guiding I ever get. It just couldn't be that. And then the deck and the RA are perfect. I mean, they're both equal to each other. As someone was asking me if they were. Okay, the first exposure is coming through. Almost there. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to see what we're going to see right now. Yeah, elongated. So it was fine pointing low, and when I repointed the scope high, the stars looked bad, and the guiding was great. You see that? Yeah. Yep. You know, I'm gonna go check. I'm just gonna go check to see if the camera, if anything is loose. Hang on one second. I'm gonna go outside for a moment. I'll put it there. You guys can watch me. Try another exposure. Balance issues. Does it look like it's bending here? I'm just gonna make sure that I'm gonna go see if I can feel anything loose. I'm gonna be right back. Sorry, I bet PhD2 was beeping on you guys. Let me double check now. Oh, I lost the guide star. Looks like I lost all the connections too. Was PhD2 beeping on you guys? Something was a little bit loose, but I don't see how that could have caused the issue. But let's just take a look. Yes. Yep. Sorry about that. I forgot PhD2 was... I should have stopped the guiding before I left. I know, that's annoying. The little thing that I tightened the camera with wasn't... It was a little bit loose. Could that have been it? I doubt it. I don't see how that would have made a difference. Done? Let's see. We'll see. We'll see on the next exposure if my fiddling did anything. If you're just joining us, we're trying to figure out why my stars are coming out elongated. That was the first exposure with the Heart Nebula. Let's go back to the Lion. The Lion, and my most recent exposure with the Lion looked like that. The stars should be perfectly round and pinpoint. They shouldn't look like that. So what I did is I tiny bit tightened up one thing that was seemed a little loose, but I don't see how that could have made a difference. So we're taking a new exposure. Let's just check the other. This is my other scope, and look at how nice the stars are. That doesn't look bad at all, does it? Those are nice stars. This setup is cooperating nicely. This one is going smoothly, as expected. That's Saturn. I don't know if you can see it right there, but that's Saturn. But this scope is just giving me issues. Tomorrow I'll probably just take off the camera and play around with it, do some voodoo, rain dance around it. What did Phil? You said Phil's got a good idea. What's Phil's idea? Did I miss something? Good idea, Phil. Where's Phil? What was Phil's idea? Someone please repeat. I want good ideas. I do have a counterweight. I can scoot the counterweights up. That's one thing I can do. But I never had an issue before when they were all the way down. Try 60 unguided to see how the mount is tracking. Okay, well, let's see this next exposure come through. What do you think of that? Could it have been that That's way, way better. The part that was loose... This is usable data. You see that? That I can use data like this. It's not perfect, but I've had worse. And I could probably adjust if I'm going to see another frame. Let's just see if that was it. So what I did is there was the part that tightens up the camera. I turned that. It wasn't that loose, but and then I took the filter out and I put the filter back in. I mean, let's comparing this number 17 with frame 16. I mean, that's night and day. Wait, let's compare this. Get rid of this one. Okay, this is frame 17. Oh wait, let's look at the exact same part. Wait. Okay, zoom in 100. See? The stars are, well, the stars are definitely better in frame 17. But let's see if they get noticeably worse in the next frame. Thanks to everyone that's joining us. I'm sorry that well, you know what? It makes it interesting if there's a problem. But it makes it worrisome for me. I like when things are smooth sailing. Okay, the next frame is almost ready to come through. If this next frame is good, I'm pretty sure it was something loose in my imaging train. But if it's elongated again, I'm almost afraid to see. Here it comes in a few seconds. I almost don't want to look. Come on, please, please be good. Please be good. I can't look. I can't look. No difference. It didn't get any worse. I think that was it. This is good data. It didn't get any worse. I think I got it. What do you think? Look, 17. Let's see. That's frame 18. And this is frame 17. Wait. Frame 18. Frame 17. Both look the same. Frame 16. I think I fixed it. I think that's it. This is usable data. Was that it? Really? I wish I had figured that out. You know, it was good getting everybody in on this. I think that's it. The flux capacitor. I fixed the flux capacitor. It's a Marty McFly. Those are round. These are definitely stars I can work with when I'm processing. What do you guys think? It even got a little better in frame 18. And I thought I saw something moving here. You never know when I'm going to get hit with something. And it's pointing straight up. And that would make sense. If something was loose, that would mean, okay, if something's loose, then it's a little better when in this part of the sky. And if something's loose, something shifts when I point to a different part of the sky. I want to see one more frame that's good before I'm really convinced. Frame 19 is coming in pretty soon. Yeah. Flux capacitor from Back to the Future. That's a joke. That's an ongoing. If you don't know what the flux, you just tell us, oh, it was the flux capacitor, and they actually believe what you're saying when that's a made-up gadget. What was loose? There's a ring in the imaging tray for the RASA, that like a little adapter, and it was just maybe 1/8 of an inch loose. I made it a little tighter, and that was it. I mean, it was loose to the touch. Maybe I turned it in maybe 1/8 of an inch. Let's just see. I mean, if that's loose, then the camera will definitely shift. Okay, here comes the next image. Oh, frame 19. You know what? It changed, and I didn't even notice it changed. That's how good it is. Look at, you can see the stars. The blue line is going down, which means my stars are getting more pinpoint with each frame. That's it. Problem solved. I don't have to contact Celestron. What a relief. I'm a genius. No, I'm kidding. You guys help me out. You guys definitely help me out. I'll give credit where credit is due. Thank you, guys. Oh, boy. What a night. Hooray, hooray. Now this is pinpoint. That's some good stars. Compared to this hodgepodge. That's a train wreck. Those are not round stars. Yeah. Woo. Oh, what a relief. I've never had to collimate the RASA, and I don't want to deal with that. And I don't want to bother Celestron, because you never know how long that will take with the back and forth. And victory beer time. Yeah, exactly. I got water next to me. I'm sweating. I can't believe that. And you know what? I kept waking up throughout the night last night. And why did I lose my focus again? Why are they even? It just kept happening. I should have gone out yesterday. The only thing is, by tightening it, I wonder if I rotated the camera, and now my data from yesterday is, I wonder how close my horsehead data will be now. I hope I didn't rotate the camera. I tried to keep the camera in place while I rotate the other part. I'll have to see tomorrow if my data is still lined up the way it was. But that's what I captured last night. Wow, what a night. Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna crash. All right. That was fun, but I'm tired. I want to go relax. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging with me while I got my problem solved. And thanks for all the donations. You guys, $81 in chat revenue. I appreciate that. So, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for everything, guys. I hope you had fun watching what was going on. See you, everybody. I had fun.